can win this one. It is either Selfless or Ohana securing your last spot in North American RLCS Season 3 play. It's a best of 5 to determine that last spot, with the commentary is going to be Findable Carpet and Leaf. Take it away, guys.
That's right, I'm down here with Findable Carpet.
I was hoping you'd do it. I was really hoping you'd say it.
We are ready to get underway for our final league play match. This is the last spot. No one else can get a spot in North America.
Seven spots in. 7 spots are solidified. This is the final one. Not 2 teams I'd expect to see early on in the day to be in the lower bracket, Selfless and Ohana. And James spoke on it a little bit. This Selfless roster, if it is true, if Pluto has stepped down for the rest of the day.
By the way, he's officially changed it to Pluto.
I'm not calling him Pluto.
Which I'm kind of glad if he's not on the roster today.
I would like
I don't want
to call
try
him,
to say that.
I'd like to, but I'm just going to butcher the actual enunciation of Pluto. So I'm not going to do it. But Dapper, Miho, and Timmy, they were, as James said, momentum. And they were actually one of the first teams to really put the pace on every top-tier team. There was, right before Season 2 qualifier, they actually, in almost every tournament, were dominating every team. But they were young, they were new, and they weren't used to the stage. And I think in Season 2, that hit them a little harder than they wanted. In the qualifier, they didn't make it. Here they are, again, 1 game away from it. Actually, I didn't even make it that far last time. Last time, I don't think they even made it to a qualifying match. So now they've gotten a little bit further, but can they get that last step, that final, the little victory?
It'll be tough because this is an easy match. This is not an auto in at this point. Ohana has experience. They kept up pretty well on the upper bracket, and now they're in the lower one. I'm expecting that they're not going to let that up. This is really hard to really guess which way it's going to be. If they had Pluto, which they don't, I've now noticed that it's Timmy on the field. I would have been more in the favor, Timmy, of Selfless, but now without Pluto, this will be interesting.
If they can bring out what I used to see them do, I think they're going to take it. But Ohana, nothing to scorn at. They are 3 very talented players.
Well, the truth shall be told at the end of this series. This best of 5, the last North American slot for RLCS Season 3 League play, comes down to these 2 teams here, Ohana or Selfless. Game number 1. First goal going to be going to Dapper, as no one in the net for Ohana.
Moses getting caught on the side. Hot Wheels Sid wanted to follow that up. He probably should have waited. It's a really hard decision to make, though, and that bounce did not go in his favor at all. Perfectly off that corner, right back into the middle. The third player wasn't in sight. They try to play that 2-man defense in the corner. Don't dedicate too much to the corner. They can't do much over there, so just try and stay patient.
An early lead now for Selfless as they try to solidify themselves into league play. Sure, Ohana will not give up this quickly, though. Moses trying to get a play on target there. Hot Wheels said good patience from him to be able to keep the pressure on. Noticing Darkfire was up, out of play as well, couldn't rotate back to defense. Miho quickly transitioning back down to offense. A good pass from Dapper in front of the net. Hot Wheels Sid intercepting quick, and a push down from Moses puts them back down onto offense. Into the Selfless end. Darkfire off the backboard. No one there to finish it off. Dapper will have ground control at this point. That's not a guy you want to be face-to-face with on the ground. As Miho regains control. Timmy at midfield. Dapper the third in if a pass comes out, and it does. A soft drop down, and there's no third in as an intercept does come from the Ohana defense, and a return to that slot on Selfless end, almost getting a chance to score themselves.
A fair amount of possessional, kind of give-ups. I had a word in my head, and I completely just lost it. But a lot of these people, both of these teams are kind of clearing it. A lot of times they're just getting the hard touch, clearing it out, and they're not able to follow it up, and they're just giving up possession. But then the other team kind of does the same thing, which is why we're not seeing a whole lot of solid shots going on the net right now.
There's Hot Wheels Sid off the backboard to Moses. Good stop there from Dapper as he keeps that away. And a demo gives them a 3-on-none. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for Selfless.
I didn't know if you were going to keep going with it. You sounded like you were going to stop it easy.
There were a lot of rhymes I had to get out.
And then you gave me a peasy, and you finaled it up with a lemon squeezy. But that demo, we've seen it so far today. So many demolitions being just that pivotal key point in a play to make sure that you can get that shot.
3-on-0 situation, not really where you want to fight yourselves. Ohana down 2 goals now with 3 minutes left. And Selfless, even without Pluto, are looking pretty solid at this point. I have to. He had a lot of retweets. It's the rules.
He's gotta abide.
You break 1,000. Hot Wheels Sid trying to set up a play for his team right now. Ohana will have to back off Darkfire a little bit too far forward.
My.
No, Darkfire flopping around like a fish in net. And there it is, a 3rd goal.
Somehow this is what goes in. Nice pinch, but Darkfire He tried to read it on the up bounce. I think he had a little bit of a panic because he knew that that bounce was going to be a little bit more powerful than he was hoping. I think he wanted a gentle bounce so he could have killed it. Brought it to the corner on his own, but once that bounce was hitting as hard as it was, he's like, oh, I got to deal with this now. I can't just kill it. It bounced up too high for him. He tried to read it, but he just didn't have the momentum to get up into it.
There's a aerial contest there. Moses not even making it time.
My.
What? I just saw Dapper come down with that. Didn't even see Timmy coming in there. Now that the Hot Wheels sit. What a bad read on that bounce, and a shot from Timmy finds the short side, and 4 goals up with 2.5 minutes left now.
And none of these shots are that insane. We're not seeing crazy aerials. We're not seeing insane passes. It's really just simple, fast play. They're just, right now, they're just beating Ohana to the ball.
Good passing play there. Ohana couldn't connect fully with that Hot Wheels Sid out of the play now. He's going to at least try to intercept, but a miss there. Timmy will send it up to Dapper to the far side, almost on target. Moses was there to save it, though. A demo on his way out. Dapper will buy a little bit of time on defense here, as it's only a 2-on-1 as opposed to a 3-on-1. And they will be able to stop that one, maintaining that 0-goal score there for themselves. Still 4 up, 2 minutes left. Moses with a chance here, getting boxed out.
Moses.
He doesn't care, though. Hot Wheels Sid couldn't get there before Timmy. What a box out, though, almost working out for them.
Well played by him. The defense was able to try and structure that out as soon as they got an opportunity. And then they got a fantastic counterplay, and here they are, trying to get the shot on target.
Timmy waiting patiently, 2-on-1 situation. Once again, we've seen it a few times. Moses did him dirty.
Oh, Moses.
I like to see. I mean, like that's
Wanna watch
that's
that.
redemption.
Silence. Oh.
Press F.
I mean, in his defense,
Was
there's
that
not much you
Dapper
can
as
do.
well that he did it to?
I actually didn't catch the name. I was too busy, wide-eyed, teary-eyed
No, it
watching
wasn't.
that happen. But like in his defense, the offender played that well. I mean, he gave himself the option so that the defender wasn't able to block it. He either tried to read the ball or tried to read the touch, or neither. And neither happened, and he just read it wrong. But that was really all on the guy that had possession of the ball that did that. He put him in a place where he couldn't read anything.
And there they have 1 goal, but with a minute left. They have 3 left to climb. If they want to be able to tie this one up even. 4 to win it. That's a hard order to fill. Might be looking at the next game, but of course you can't give up 1 goal at a time. They're looking right now. It's Darkfire, beautiful pass out to Moses, and this is a little bit closer of a dream.
I mean, a minute left, it's possible. Darkfire gets his first touch, and then the second one. Look at that, with 4 touches, I think. Dapper tried to come read that. He wasn't ready for whatever weirdness that was. And Moses came in clean, to the point, took the shot. No one's doing anything fancy, man. They're taking the shots they can.
Well, at that point, you don't want to risk anything fancy. Get the ball in the net. Still 2 down with 46 seconds left. There's a shot on by Moses. Timmy forced up into the air to save that one.
Oh.
Darkfire to the corner in front of the net. The demo might come in. Hot Wheels Sid didn't contest that one. Moses off the backboard. Now the pressure is really coming up for Ohana. Where was this before? There's Darkfire over to Moses. He's going to back for boost, though. He needed that one. Moses to the far side. He's got a teammate. They do connect. Dapper to the play, so Miho and Timmy will have to bring up the rear. A 1-on-3, doesn't matter, 15 seconds left. You just got to hold them off in their own end. Don't need to set up plays. Get the clear, get the dump. You don't need to chase. And there it is. With 5 seconds left, Selfless is going to be taking, yes, game number 1.
Okay, yes.
Well, I mean, with 2 seconds left, they could get a kickoff if that one went in.
I mean, that would be, I would full on panic, run away, and rip my headset off if that actually happened. I mean, we talk a lot about the first game feelers, right? About these teams taking that first game to try and take it in stride. If you're losing, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're trying to get into the groove. Ohana probably came on a little bit cold. You know, they had to wait a little bit since their last game. I'm sure they tried to play a bit, maybe scrim some teams, but I'm sure a lot of teams today are pretty much done scrimming. So they probably just try to play a bit and ladder if they can, maybe play against some friends. But, you know, the first game, you're trying to get back into it. I would not be surprised if this flipped around next game, then flipped around the next game. We've seen it all day. We're probably going to see it again. But this is the Selfless that I was hoping to see. Dapper, Timmy, and Miho, they're just quick.
Yep.
They're quick and efficient. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Just getting to the ball before their opponents can.
Well, it didn't work out too much at the end, though. As I said, where did this come from? Ohana really started to step it up And if that's all they're going for and they're just going for pace and speed, that might not be enough. They might have to look at doing something different. Both teams had 7 shots. It was still a lot of pressure and a lot of offense coming up from Ohana. They still did what they had to, most of it near the end, but if that carries over into game number 2, Selfless might be looking at a rough situation. It might not be as easy for them.
Yeah, and the shot stat is a difficult stat to really go off of because it's one of those situations where a lot of times a team will take a shot on net knowing it's going to get saved to try and pull out a defender. So the shot a lot of times can have multiple reasons of why it goes on net, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I know he's there, but I'm going to put it to the corner far away from him, so he has to go for it. He has to pull himself out of net. Hopefully he gets a bad touch. Even if he puts it to the corner, I've got a teammate to come follow it up, center it again, and you keep doing that, trying to steal their boost, force them to rotate. Teams are getting a lot better at handling that pressure, taking it off the back wall so they get a lot more time. You'll see a lot of people, we call it the Spider-Man clear, but hanging out on that back wall, hanging out as a little creepy spider in the back. Yeah. But what it does is it gets you a much harder touch than if you wait down on the ground. You can actually get it as it comes, take the momentum with you, and get a really hard clear from the back.
I just want to kind of reiterate on the importance of getting those spider touches on the backboard. Because if you're not getting those touches, we saw what happened to HOT. They gave up so much. That was HOT against Vince. He just was able to get all those backboard touches.
Yep.
The double, those shouldn't be happening at this point. It's so important to get up before those backboard passes even happen. Stop the play before even the pass gets out. We'll see, though. Ohana coming down into game number 2. Picked up the pace in game number 1, and I think this is much closer, and I really think Selfless is going to have to do something different if they want to take game 2. But they took game 1, so they're up a point. They have time to figure it out. It's now up to Ohana to catch up and bring this to a tied series. They might do it here. Hot Wheels Sid can't find the second touch. A little too much momentum off that hit and off his landing there. Now we'll head back down towards our end. Huasa clears that one pretty good. Timmy right back down to the other end. Moses. Maybe not seeing Miho there. Got a little bit close. He'll have to back off. Darkfire. How we'll see it our back. No real plays coming up from Selfless. That they're slowly but surely moving down to their end. Still no real scoring opportunity, though, from them, as Ohana's looking to break up a lot of these plays a lot sooner than they were. Kind of what we talked about, preemptively breaking these plays up.
Selfless trying to overwhelm with pace. We just saw another shot come in really early on, and it seems like Ohana's just buying time until they can get a good hard clear. Turn into offense right here. A bump on the goalie almost resulted in a shot on net.
It's still a shot on net. Just a miss. That would have gone in if he was an inch more to the right. The post keeping that one out for Selfless. As Selfless now still on defense. A breakout chance here. Dapper loses control. Darkfire keeps that one in. No pop-up off the wall there. Dapper will regain control. Send that back down towards Ohana with a dunk. Almost putting it in off the crossbar. Another one from Miho off the crossbar. And Darkfire with a chance to retaliate. Missing again, but there is Hot Wheels Sid. The turnaround, the counter-attack. And 2 missed opportunities for Selfless.
It's got to be so frustrating as Dapper, but I have to give it to Ohana to keep their composure during that after that dunk and still turn it into an offensive opportunity. The pass off the backboard, Hot Wheels Sid following tight right there behind his teammate. Not too close, not too far, just right.
Well, you have to keep that composure because you got to realize sometimes these teams will overcommit. They put that much pressure on you, that means there might be a hole in their defense right now. You have to be ready for a counterattack.
Uh-oh. Oh, Dapper read that well.
They're still stuck in a weird spot on defense right now, though. Dapper finally breaking that one out to the midfield and able to push that right actually down to the other end. Probably no attack coming out from it, but Miho's looking to try to set something up to the far side to Dapper. Darkfire finally gets that to Moses. Good infield passing plays from Ohana as they move that one down the field. Moses puts it a little bit wide of the target, but that does it in front for Darkfire. Timmy rushed to get to that, and it looks like the defense is a little too reactionary. From Selfless, that almost works in. As Dapper catches that one.
And Selfless is doing a lot of boosting. I saw Dapper take both corner boosts on the side of Ohana on his last retreat. He took them both. They were able to get a really good flick. They actually didn't even need a whole lot of boost to put the next shot on target. I think only one player fluttered a bit, maybe used 20, 30 tops. So they're able to capitalize even without the boost. But here's a shot.
That was a rocket and a half. Easy save from Moses, though, as it hits the center of that net. Dapper backing up a bit, but quickly drifting back into position. Tries to get away and forces a shot up from Ohana. Still a goal up, 2 minutes left. Game number 2, Selfless is ahead in the series, but they're down in a point in this game. as they try to answer that first goal and the only goal that's happened so far in game number 2. Off the crossbar, a demo there for Selfless, and we'll give them a chance to break up. Darkfire, relentless on the pressure right now, just softly taking that one down, trying to get a probably ground roll there for his teammates to get the pass out. Committed now, it will be Selfless moving back down to Ohana's end. A chance for Dapper on target. What a save from Hot Wheels. Sid barely keeping that one out. Miho trying to keep the pressure on, knowing that defense might be scrambly. Couldn't get control in time though. I don't know where he's going with that. Oh, that worked actually. Timmy.
Oh my,
to Dapper.
Is it really going to be a
goal?
goal?
That works. What? Woo! What an incredible play.
What I would have called an incredible way to boost Miho. Someone carries it to the wall, gently pinches it off to a teammate who then passes it just one more time. One more gentle touch off the back wall, out to Dapper, who gets the hard cross and across the entire net. I can't believe that worked. I'm almost upset.
Well, you're going to have to because it did, and now they're tied with a minute left. That's a better position to be in. You don't have to play too offensively. You can stick to your guns coming into that final minute of gameplay now. We'll see if their guns will work as Ohana finally loses that lead, but Moses on target. A follow-up from him, tries to get that dunk off. Dapper, Darkfire does. Miho in net reacting quickly to that one. Hot Wheels said a pass to nobody here. That will be Dapper to clear that one down the field. Timmy needs to get there quick. Does force it through. The Octane winning that 50-50, and another one to keep that in for Dapper. There's Miho the follow. Backs off instead of putting himself out of position. Hot Wheels Sid regaining his footing really nicely there. A touch and a spinneroonie, but he doesn't create anything out of it. And Timmy will send it right back down into Ohana's end. 20 seconds left now. We're all tied up between Selfless Ohana, game number 2. Darkfire trying to take control, sees Moses up there. Moses decides he should back off instead. Hot Wheels Sid, Darkfire, can he get it past? No, Dapper there to a long clear. Timmy, this is a chance now for Selfless to finish it off.
No
down
way!
To Dapper, can't get enough on it. Over to Miho! What a pass! Miho just couldn't get there in time, but an incredible pass from Dapper. That was an insane display of skill.
These Selfless guys, man, when they make the plays, they make it, Leaf. I cannot believe these last 2 opportunities, the one that resulted in a goal, and that last 0-second shot opportunity. So close, and here Timmy comes in for the shot. Just gets blocked out.
It's still in the slot, though. Miho tries to drop that for someone. Dapper was a little bit back, though. Sure, Timmy wasn't ready to get back. Ooh, a dunk here. Could be a scary spot. Fortunately, Hot Wheels Sid backed off. Ohana will not be able to get that play into the net. Now we go back to our ping pong. Far pass from Moses will be hard for Darkfire to create anything out of. He does maintain control, though, to try again off the backboard. Hot Wheels Sid gonna have to back off clearly because Timmy tries to get a shot. A little bit too weak, but he might be able to find it. Just keep ahead of them, and Timmy just barely finding that corner.
What? Timmy got that first touch. Oh, Hot Wheels said. I guess he didn't have the pace or the boost on it. Somehow Timmy was able to outpace him. He just wasn't able to build up the momentum in time.
Gotta go fast.
Timmy was able to, gotta go fast right past him. And that was a little anticlimactic of a goal, but taking it in overtime, both teams staying toe-to-toe. Selfless was able to clutch that just there at the very end.
Yes.
Yes.
Very close. Only 2 shots less for Ohana. Still a very close match. I mean, when, that was so close into overtime, and Ohana was Ohana out, right?
I'm impressed. You've always got a jingle or a song for most of the stuff that happens.
Fortunately, I can't sing, so there's I just write the songs.
Do you think in lyrics?
I try to rhyme everything.
Oh, you need to do that more often.
Drop me a hot beat.
I'm not about to drop you a hot beat, but you do need to start rhyming more often.
I'll do my darndest. Yep. My darn diddly darndest.
Nope.
No, that's not that way.
Valiant
what,
effort.
Tarnation?
No, we're done. All right, Ohana and Selfless. I actually, this is about as close as I was expecting it to be. Both these teams knowing, we've mentioned it a bit earlier, but remember, this is both a qualifying match and an elimination match.
Yes.
Whoever loses this is done. They're done for the season. Their chances for RLCS Season 3 have been nixed. Whoever wins this is the final spot. This is lower bracket, so there's no more second chances. This is their second chance. Good luck, boys.
Yeah, you're right. This is the second chance.
This is it.
These guys have given up a game in the upper bracket, and now they're down here to fight it out. You put yourselves here. Now you got to deal with it. But both teams are dealing with it as we have Selfless versus Ohana. All the matches have been incredibly close. This could go to any team, but Selfless looking super strong right now with 2 points on the series. Ohana has to do everything to make sure they don't end up like those last 2 games.
Oh, over to Timmy. Wants to redirect. He does put it towards target, but just above the crossbar. Hot Wheels said knows he has the time. I like that. The patience of knowing you can carry it. They're not coming to contest it. Just take it out.
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, if you have the time, have the patience. There's no point in just throwing the ball back into your opponent's possession. Goal difference between Selfless and Ohana. Ohana gives up 2. They are out. Rough spot here for them as we saw a little bit of an attack from Selfless, but the drive has got to be there for Ohana. In front of the net, Hot Wheels sit on the far side. Good read from that one. Moses can't put it in because Miho is there to put it to the side. Pressure and shots starting to come up from Ohana. And this is a team that could potentially walk away with a win here. Starting to look super solid. Dapper trying to take that one low, but forgets there's more other people there. Moses gets a bump, but Darkfire too far back. Nice passing play there. Hot Wheels Sid might be too far back to capitalize on it.
Oh, not the touch he wanted. Timmy, a bit weaker, but he's going to try and take that out. Miho does rescue him from that situation. 1 loss away, and we will see the end of Ohana. They want to stay alive, but it's looking good.
Well,
a goal up with 1.5 minutes left.
Sure, Selfless is really wanting to end this right now. All they have to do is 2 goals. 2 goals is what they need to do right now to just finish it off and avoid another game. Ohana has to hang on to that 1 that they have right now. With 1:20, that minute approaching here, you're going to see some insane pressure because nothing to lose for Selfless. As they are down, you're going to see some crazy plays come up from them at the end there. Might be too much and tie it up, but at this point, they're going to try a normal play. Dapper with a flick over to Timmy, but too far forward. Can't put it back to Dapper. Miho too far off, grabbing boost. We'll get stopped in midfield. Dapper slowly trying to get that play down to the other end. Here is that final minute of gameplay. Truth will tell right now if Ohana is going to keep themselves in the series. Down 2 points.
They're all up for that. That is going to bounce straight down, but it does get rescued by Moses. We've talked about how much of a defensive player he can be. That's going to be straight down.
Oh no, Dapper tried to get it to Miho, I think, though. So close to that play there. And those are the crazy plays I'm talking about. If they can connect with one of those, that's...
What? Moses!
Not like this. Moses, not like this.
I didn't even think this was going to be anywhere near a shot. I mean, I knew it was on target, but I didn't think Moses would...
I'm sure Timmy didn't think that was a shot.
Moses! I think it just hit out the ceiling and he wasn't prepared for that angle, but that will tie it up. 1 more goal and Selfless will 3-0 sweep Ohana and be our last qualifying map.
Well, Selfless has had a taste now, and I'm sure this last 30 seconds is going to be heck for Ohana. It's not going to be fun.
It's going to be heck.
It's going to be heck. Heck. As Selfless moving it back on offense, Miho keeps that moving forward. Hot Wheels Sid off the play there. Drop. Here it is, 7 seconds. Still tied. Can they put a pressure on Miho? In the slot right now, they still have the pressure on, but that will touch the ground into an overtime. 1 goal right now gives us either another game or our next NA slot. And that might be another game. Dapper! What even happened there?
He got there just in time and then fantastically read Moses is clear. This could turn into a terrifying opposition for them.
That could be Miho over top of Moses off the backboard. Pressure there from Timmy. Stopped by Darkfire. Dapper might need to get a shot on. Derber off the post. They're putting so much pressure on. This is so scary for Ohana. 1 goal destroys them out of this tournament. An air dribble easily saved there from Hot Wheels Sid. And the defense is Selfless, turns that back to midfield. Moses out of the play there. Darkfire as well. Timmy will have possession if he gets there first. Hot Wheels Sid does. Pops it to the air. Miho up. Keeps it away from Darkfire. Still in the control of Selfless. Dapper keeps it low. Scary spot to be. You know he can work some magic. But he gets it taken away. Probably will set Darkfire. 2-on-1. Almost credible passing plays to get that going. Right idea.
Whoa.
Not quite enough. A minute past now in this overtime.
Both teams don't want to take this. Remember, golden goal. The next goal will end this game.
And Selfless will walk away with a win in Ohana home if they're the ones to get it. Another game, though, if Ohana gets the goal. Chance here for them. Hot Wheels Sid a drop down to a teammate. Darkfire has to get it as Moses was back at the midfield line here. Moses finally wins possession backwards, gives it to Hot Wheel, or Hot Wheel takes it rather. Timmy up for a 50. Miho, the last defender. Scary spot right now for him. as Hot Wheel puts it on off the post. Miho at least cutting the angles down. Made that hard for Hot Wheel Sid.
Good on
Flick
Miho.
now for Miho. We'll see if he can get that past Moses. Moses stops it at least, but Timmy, being a nuisance in that corner, gives time for Dapper to circle around off the backboard. Scary spot if Miho can put that back in the center to Timmy, who takes the shot. Moses with the block out, 2 minutes now passed in this overtime. And Miho stopped by Hot Wheel Sid. This is so nerve-wracking.
Every single shot, it's just one tiny mistake away from going in. It's so close. Moses now is going to put that over to the corner. Well read, but Dapper's going to be on that back wall. Tries to get a punch. A punch?
2 minutes in overtime. And again, this is so back and forth. My palms are sweating at this point. These guys have to be just exploding. Timmy trying to get a Dapper. Dapper patient, sees the pass play. That's Moses. Stuff out by Miho at midfield. Up on the walls, Timmy, he can center that one. Can he follow it himself? No. Teammates are going to back off. The roll around, Dapper almost missing out on that touch. Timmy will get that back to Dapper on target. Hot Wheel Sid keeps it away.
I don't know how he managed that angle with that power from the side of his car. But now,
Miho, that's going to be it.
Miho's done it for his team alone from the corner. He's going to clutch it for Selfless. They will be our final qualified team. Look at that, Hot Wheel Sid and Darkfire both found themselves caught in the corner.
As you said, by himself though, the Batmobile, being the hero that they needed, puts that one in the net, and they walk away with the 3-0. What an intense overtime. That qualified them for the NA RLCS Season 3 group stage, and unfortunately for Ohana, they are staying at home.
They're staying at home for the next several months.
That's unfortunate, but an incredible play. They kept that so close. All of these games were like, I think, 1 goal difference.
No,
that was incredible.
It might have been a 3-0, but it definitely was not legitimately a 3-0. You can look at the records later, maybe in a few weeks, like, wow, I can't believe they got swept. It wasn't a true sweep. I think that every single one was close. I understand, like, statistics, yes, of course, they won all 3 games. But at the same time, everything was really close. Ohana really was always just a goal away, one cool play away, or one tiny mistake away from either tying it and bringing it to another overtime or just missing out on a victory. They played well, but Selfless played just a bit better.
Well, there it is. Ohana, out of it, but again, on paper, looks like a sweep. But if you were here and witnesses today, you know the truth. And of course, the analyst desk also knows the truth, and they're also looking mighty dehydrated over there.
Thank you, Leaf and Findable Carpet. Nice little match there to end things out.
Wow.
I agree with Findable Carpet in that, it was a 3-0 on paper, but a very close series overall. What did y'all think of that match?
Ohana threw away game 1. The game 3 that Moses saved, they're just like throwing away.
Yeah, they had a couple moments.
Yeah, they just threw away a lot of defensive chances that they could have easily made saves on, or just defensive rotations even.
But we saw some sick plays though from Selfless as well. They were really cranking up the pressure. And
For sure.
just looking at some of these highlights as well, Selfless, they were no push around.
But this game 1 was so frustrating. It was basically 3 wide open net goals in the first half of the game. And then Ohana's down 4-0, and they start battling back and playing better than Selfless in the last 2 minutes of play, but it was just not enough.
But remember that pass?
Yeah,
that air
really
dribble
solid.
pass, and then the extra back pass, all 3 members of Selfless working that play. Dapper, the one finishing it off, but Selfless, this is the team that beat Iris. We didn't see these guys do it, but they proved that they belong. They are really just playing out of their mind.
The 4th player, not even expecting to play today, has to lace up the shoes or turn on the gas. I don't know what you want to go with. But Timmy comes in not thinking that he will play, and then they take out Iris, and then they take out Ohana to make it into league play. A team that these players, none of the other players really wanted on their teams. They tried out for a lot of different teams, and they decided, like, hey, we didn't find anything, so let's all come back together, and it really paid off for them.
Now, speaking towards Selfless, and again, kudos to Ohana for getting this far, but ultimately they will not be advancing forward. They'll have to try again in the next season of RLCS. But speaking towards Selfless, they got the last qualification spot, and when you talk about seeds and how good these teams are, how do we see them actually playing out against these other teams that have qualified today?
Well, Selfless is a team that barely missed out last season. Everyone thought they were going to come in and destroy, and this time going down to the lower bracket early. I think with their full roster, though, I would not be surprised to see these guys make top 4, go to Worlds, and even have a shot at taking the regional championship. But I think time is just going to have to tell with a lot of these teams.
Yeah, with North America, like we thought coming into this, seeds 4 through 9, we're all pretty close compared to the top 3. One of those top 3 didn't even make it into league play, so that opens up another spot for LAN. And the season is 2 months long still, so there's still a lot of improvement that these teams can make. And now that they're in league play, maybe they, put in a lot more work towards this, and we'll see. Selfless can be one of those teams that sneaks in to the LAN, and then we've seen it before that anything happens there.
Yeah.
Okay, so amazing play for all these teams that qualified here today, and we were able to, we came together and decided on a Old Spice Player of the Week. So without any further ado, we proudly present your Old Spice Player of the Week. It is Insolences from Genesis.
So obviously he was Take 3 at the last LAN. He plays up, playing against Take 3 this time. They actually swapped out the roster about 2 weeks before the RLCS, and they replaced him with Vince, and then he comes in and just utterly destroys them.
Yeah, that especially just big goal, taking the lead there and really sealing the deal for his team, getting in through the upper bracket. Genesis, one of those teams that a lot of people weren't, giving them as much respect as they deserved, and they proved it, getting in through the upper bracket, that they belong and they're here to stay. And Insolences was a big factor in making that happen. So this Player of the Week is definitely deserved by him.
And not even invited
he had some
to six
steel
fans.
courage.
Not even invited to him.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, huge congrats to Insolences. Don't smell yourself short. Insolences is your Old Spice Player of the Week. You shouldn't smell yourself short either, James.
Steel courage from Insolences. Look at that one. He always goes for air dribbles. People joke about it. Insolences loves to go for air dribbles, but that one right there was a sick goal.
Yeah, when they work, it pulls out some defenders. The problem is he's usually out of position because of it too, but if you pull out 2 defenders with it, then your team has a huge advantage from it. So he made them work today, and that's really what it comes down to with air dribbles. It's either you're insanely good at them and they work really well, or you're just okay at them and they never work. Yeah. So it's really hard to improve at those in a normal setting.
And remember, we're going to be able to watch Insolences all season long, as Genesis was your second team to qualify today for North American League play. But again, congrats to Old Spice Player of the Week, Insolences. Don't smell yourself short. As far as Genesis is concerned, as we watch Insolences through this, how are you guys seeing them play in group play? How are you seeing? How do you expect them to do?
They have the capability of being top 4, but it's just going to be how they react. Classics, a young player. Insolences is a very young player. We'll see how they stay together in going through a league play.
And a lot of people see them as like a tilty team, but if you just play well enough where you don't tilt, then it won't matter either. So we'll see. They are one of the fastest teams, I would say, in North America. Now that Iris is out, they could be one of the best at that. And if they can keep that speed up and just keep up with the accuracy, then we could see them easily making it to LAN, but time will tell.
And again, Genesis, one of those first teams to advance on to today, taking out Take 3, and then Take 3 was able to ultimately advance on as well. I know James was incredibly surprised to see Take 3 go through.
Oh, I wasn't surprised. I was just ecstatic.
He was so happy.
I was very happy.
I think we understood that from the match, but again, just phenomenal play all around today in today's matches for all these North American teams. It's a day where we came in really not knowing what to expect. With as many people who signed up and attempted to play through the qualifiers to get to today, we saw the teams on paper, all the roster changes in the offseason, but finally we have our 8 teams. Initially not what we might have expected, but here they are, your 8 teams to qualify. Radiance, Genesis, NRG, G2, Take 3, I'm not going to say that one. Denial eSports, and Selfless. You're going to be seeing them in league play over the course of RLCS Season 3 for North America.
And everyone expected there was 9 teams probably battling for 8 spots. 7 of those teams made it, and then Radiance coming out of nowhere, the 16 seed.
In Memory, in fact, Memory is the only player so far in RLCS history that was ineligible to play last season, and in their first season in which they're eligible, they make it to league play. So big props to Memory. Excellent dabber. I love his work, and he's a great Rocket League player.
He was born in 2002.
Stop it. Just stop. Stop.
I'm way too old for this.
Yes. Don't say that again.
But really, congrats to those teams, though.
Absolutely.
We saw some huge upsets. A lot of the same names that we're used to. It's going to be an awesome season. I'm really excited for league play.
And this is only day one of Rocket League this weekend, guys, because today was all about North America. Tomorrow is all about Europe. That is going to wrap up our broadcast today. Congratulations to those 8 teams qualifying for league play for North America. Tomorrow, it's all about Europe. 9 a.m. Pacific. Write it down, minimize your stream, get ready, set your alarms, because we're going to be here, so you better be there too. And I think it might be time to drink the brisk.
Drink the brisk.
Should we drink the brisk?
Drink the brisk.
I think we should drink
Here
the
we go.
brisk.
Cheers,
Tune in
buddy.
tomorrow,
Cheers.
same time. Just keep your stream on. Just keep your stream on. This is good. Oh, wow.